One day, I really am going to leave on time. Man. Time for a quick zap. The app just totally failed to connect, but as luck would have it, the charge post just started charging anyway. Fantastic, need that and that. I woke up at 5 this morning. Now I'm running a tiny bit late. The journey I'm basically doing is more or less the same as the one that I think it was James May and Jeremy Clarkson did in a Nissan Leaf and I think an iMeave. In fairness, this was like 5 years ago or something, but to hear them tell it back then, electric cars were a complete and utter pain and totally and utterly useless. Well, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I'm going to be doing 450 miles today. I think it's going to be something like that, so quite a hefty distance. It doesn't help that I'm going back via Birmingham. In an effort to not be embarrassingly late, I am driving at a much more, normal speed, shall we say. It's just occurred to me that I haven't actually said where I'm going today. I'm going up to see a chap called Darren, who lives near Cleethorpes, who has a BMW 330e, which I take it is some kind of a plug-in hybrid. Just want to add, I just passed Lincoln. Guess what? I didn't stop. I didn't try to charge. I certainly didn't have to push my car to the university and then stay overnight whilst moaning about doing brass rubbings in the local cathedral. So yeah, well, aside from some traffic, I'm there. Gotta say, this car eats up the miles. Oh, that's where we're going. That was it. Oh, close. Close! Aha! And that looks like a 330e. Hiya!
Hi, James.
Oh, nice and clean. How's it going?
It's not usually nice and clean.
Thank you very much for meeting us.
No problem.
Me. Right, so this is a hybrid BMW. Is this your first sort of EV?
EV it is. I did have a hybrid Lexus prior to this.
What kind of range do you get on electricity then?
Quoted by BMW to be 20 miles, but I got it in October, and so it's been all the cold months, and I've seen it probably around 16.
Well, nice and quiet. The engine isn't actually running yet, is it?
No, it probably won't until we get onto a sort of out of town road. You can set when the engine cuts in. You can set it all the way up to 70. So it'll easily manage 70 on battery alone. If you look on the Zap map or the other charging point maps and such like, there are very, very few points in this area of Lincolnshire, which is one of the reasons why I went for this. Most days I only do about 10 or 15 miles, so this runs on electric, but there are a few times in the week that I have to do 150 miles, and so a Leaf wouldn't have been enough. So this was kind of a compromise, but to be honest, although it is a compromise, I'm really happy with it, really like it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the new Teslas, the ones with the hardware too, the self-driving hardware, because they've got cameras all around the car, I don't see any reason why they can't do an around view. Yeah. Once they've got the software sorted. I mean, they've got the data, they've got the cameras. What made you go for this instead of, say, an i3 then?
The size, really. And plus, the wife didn't like the quirky looks of the i3. So we can get it to go. Turn the engine on, so the rev counter's come on, we're in sport mode, and then it reacts a little differently.
It's got some pull to it.
Yeah, 252 brake horsepower, combining both the engines. I think it's about 200 off the petrol engine, 2 litre twin turbo, and then 70 or 80 off the electric engine.
Right, okay, brilliant. How do I go somewhere?
So put it on the side here, and then hold that and pull it down to drive, towards you to drive.
No.
Oh, it's because we got out of the car. So start, stop. There
Got
we
it.
go.
There we go. So now it's on ready over there.
Yeah.
Do we have... Oh,
Handbrake.
handbrake. I always forget these little things. At low speed, when you put your foot on the accelerator, it doesn't think about it for any length of time. That's nice. Because that's always the thing that really I absolutely hate about petrol and diesels. The brakes feel good. Not much in the way of regen. Presumably it does regen?
It does, yeah. The regen's a lot stronger when you put it in eco. I'm very confident my next car will be a pure EV. This is on a 3-year lease from October last year. So,
Tesla Model 3 time then maybe.
Or something else. There's a lot of other things coming up as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But very likely a Tesla Model 3 though, yeah. And we'll flick you back into eco.
Is that back in eco?
It is. So the engine's gone off and the regen should be stronger when you take your foot off.
Not much.
Plugged in, and just as I was plugging in, some guy walks past and he's like, all a bit of an hassle in it. I says, it's just took me 30 seconds to plug my car in, where's the hassle? And he says, yeah, just loads of hassle, plugging in, unplugging.
You know, how much is your time worth, right? So 15 miles worth of range, let's say, pessimistically. So you're talking realistically about £1 worth of fuel. If you told that man, stand here for 60 seconds, I'll give you £1, do you think he would?
Yeah, absolutely.
Magic. So I can take my foot off now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't. That is quite cool. I do like that. Because it's, you know, at least around town, you've basically just got an EV. I mean...
On a daily basis, I don't use petrol.
So how does that work then with the petrol? Does it just run the battery down to nothing and then...
Runs all the way down to 10% and then the engine comes on. There is a mode on this button. You can do the same as what you can in an i3, and you can put it on save. If you've got it in save, the engine will just tick over in the background and charge the battery up. Allegedly, the idea behind that is if you're going in a zero emission zone, you can save your power for then.
Thanks very much then again.
No problem.
I am going to stop en route for a spot of lunch and some charging. Okay, I admit it, I had a bit of a crisis of confidence in the directions. Basically, I was just concerned I was going to wind up going back onto the motorway. Honestly, I should have had more faith in Tesla. So far, I don't think I've ever been to a supercharger where they haven't put the flag exactly on where the supercharger is and made 100% sure that anyone looking for it is going to actually find it. Also, on this little 65-mile leg of the trip, I managed to get the estimated energy at destination up from 21% to 27%. Yeah, I'll admit, I was behind a truck doing about 55, but you know, 21% just seemed a little low to me. So far this has been a really fun day. I'm just nipping off to Skate Hut in Birmingham because I need to drop back the second skateboard that I ordered whilst I was waiting for the first skateboard to turn up. I'm gonna have to get a serious move on. It's always such a race at superchargers. I swear to God, they just work too quickly. Yeah, I may have enough energy to continue my trip, but I need energy for afterwards as well. Beautiful. And in black too. Do you mind being briefly on YouTube? Oh, okay, that makes life much easier. Hi, Ben.
Hiya.
Just saying. 67,000 miles later and I still get a grin when I'm driving now.
Same here.
They're brilliant cars, aren't they?
Absolutely fantastic. I love it to bits.
I always like meeting subscribers. That was pretty awesome. And now I need to get a shift on. I actually made it. Fantastic. Got some new grip tape. And now it's time to head on home. We're going to need just a small juice up en route. Again, I have been following trucks because I wanted to have about 30% when I got to the supercharger. Stop here for a quick sort of 20-30 minutes and then... And this is a fantastic way to kill some time whilst waiting on your supercharge. You know, I think I've worked out where that rattle was coming from, and it had nothing to do with any of the changes I've made to the board. That was too loose, so this metal cap was rattling on top of the bushing, but only when I stood on it. Oh yeah. Right, that's my exercise done for the day. Brilliant. Oh, and the car's ready to go home too. 477 miles at 280 watt-hours per mile, which is pretty good because half the time I was driving at about, well, as fast as is legal and safe, and the rest of the time I was driving very slowly. And I want to say a quick thank you to Darren for showing me his new car, which is very fun. Really enjoyed that. And I hope you've all enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and share it and subscribe if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. I don't usually vlog with this camera in cars, but I'm giving it a go because
it's a bit sizable for inside.
Yeah, but it's also got a nice wide angle lens and a decent mic, so I'm giving it a go anyway. Whoa, over she goes. Oh, you know what, hang on a minute, don't take this the wrong way, I'm just going to get this other camera off my belt.